First things first, available on a demo to pick up since earlier this morning, and a free early access as well. What we've got over here, Saleco announced roughly half a year ago, is at the moment the most hyped boomer shooter in the making that happens to be a developer's first work, just the same. It's actually a running first-person shooter in nature, set in a near future where an underground facility has become home to surviving refugees after the fall of Earth. Check it out, this game is coming out fully on May 31st. Announced precisely a month ago. Number 2, we have something here called Sun and Bone. A rare thing to happen, but a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It's a first-person shooter. Not just any first-person shooter, but firstly, you see, it's from the same developers of the last year's horror game Quantum Error, Unreal Engine 5 game, although this time it's an even eerier and more messed up game in nature. Here's some gameplay. This is said to be coming out within 2024. Coming in at number 3, it's developer's first work as well. In case you missed it, we've got a noir first-person shooter that draws inspiration from classic cartoons of 30s, it's almost 100 years ago, a game over here called just simply Mouse. Say, you grew up watching old rubber hose black and white cartoons? This will give you the same atmosphere, comedy, class, and more. Anyway, this good-looking fellow over here is coming out for Switch, PCs, and other consoles as well, early next year.
We have a problem. The entire facility has been put in lockdown. They must want you bad.
How do I lift it?
If you missed it, Core Decay just received another new trailer, and it's now promising a 2024 release. Well, here's a new work of the famous publisher's 3D Realms, touted as an old-school immersive simulation first-person shooter about uncovering a sinister plot upon a dying version of Earth in the year 2089. It could be a good premise. Core Decay, you see, will be an entirely single-player experience coming to PCs exclusively upon release.
There's still some staff around. Let me see if I can talk my way in. I'm trying to get out of here, but the entrance is locked down. Can you help me?
You could override the lockdown from Davidson's office. If you make it to my room in the living quarters, the door code is 20495. See you on the other side. I hope.
I'm in. Gotta do this carefully. I'll try to avoid contact, find another way in. I'm in.
Great work. Time to get out of here and find some answers.
Initializing our live stream show.
A 1,000 bullets.
Moving on to number 5, we mentioned this game before. We've got here once again Mullet Mad Jack. It's actually a single-player fast-action shooter specifically made like you're inside an old anime movie. Mullet Mad Jack was announced around October last year. We have ever since been hooked. This game is set in a future where man and internet have merged into a single thing and created whatever this is that just needs dopamine every 10 seconds. Kinda similar to what we've got going on over here around the world anyway. This thing will die if it doesn't get the dopamine. The game is supposedly releasing on PCs later this year.
Checkpoint!
Old school anime action. Wish list now.
Evil Vivo. Some of you might remember this thing when it was announced 4 years ago. Now finally has a release window of summer 2024, coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles on the same day. Now, this game was firstly described to be a vampire co-op first-person shooter, letting players live the life of a hunter instead of the hunted. Anyway, there's a beta on the way, coming out on our platforms, taking place on March 1st.
Eventuality. This is the same fate that the Aguirre would have met if he had opposed me.
Take the fight to Sarkul.
Now I know everything.
Announced roughly 6 months ago at number 7, we've got Bite Barrel's sequel, Forgive Me Father 2, available now in early access and now coming to PCs exclusively in full summer 2024. The new game, in case you missed it, sees you go through a malevolent world inspired by the works of H.P. Lovecraft, following the story of the same priest from the first game as he descends into an even darker nightmare. Just got a new trailer for it too, in case you missed it. Number 8, we've got In Case You Missed It Unbroken, described on Steam as a heavy action adventure that takes players into the shoes of the lawman in the search of his own way around the world. The game is a classic, the first-person RPG shooter with multiple routes, goal with different endings, and coming to PCs exclusively. This is our news. early access mid-2024 at number 9 in case you missed it. Also, we've got on Steam, after allegedly removed previously and now back, the one and only game Fortune's Run, which if you played the old Prey game like half a decade ago, and have ever wanted something just the same or just as good, if not even better, or simply said fond of cyberpunk first-person shooters or games in general, this is right now the crown jewel of them all. Has a decent story, the dopest mechanics and concept you'll see in this specific genre. That being said, Jack Holmes' Master of Puppets, then, is another upcoming first-person shooter, although not just a fast-action FPS, but a survival horror game in nature. We got this announcement through IGN last month. It's now finally coming to PCs and the next generation of consoles on April 12, and we just got a new trailer for those of you who missed it. Take a look.
Place. Keep your voice down. Yeah, this is the one. I was only asking because this is the second room we... Shut up and get ready. Well, what if he ain't home?
Coming up behind that, we've got over here Fallen Aces, which is this neo-noir first-person classic made with hand-drawn animations, offering a somewhat familiar experience to the old Moby Dick from the Sega Genesis time. Hard to ignore if you're into mafia games or comic book-like adventures. This game is aiming precisely those players. Fallen Aces is in development for PCs only and due out in the next few months. We're here.
Glassjaw sends his report! Let him snap! What are you guys doing? Get him! Like that! Come on! Oh, shit.
And last but not least, we've got over here, actually, a Metroidvania boomer shooter, technically the longest awaited game in the list. We first came across this game's concept like 2 years ago, and now we hear it's going to be coming out within 2024. It's a classic inspired kind of by the Hellboy comics and fantasy realms, but quite unique of its own, it looks. Anyway, the game is coming to the Nintendo Switch. In addition to PCs, we hear this is how it looks.
Finish the job.